What's up, everyone? Welcome to Grow TV, and I'm Steve.
And I'm Stacy. Quick, Steve, count to 5.
Okay, 1, 2.
No. In your head.
Okay.
Were you at 5 seconds? You were, weren't you?
I mean, I can't remember. Stace, what are you doing?
I came up with a new game for family game night. It's called Silent Timer Challenge. One person counts a certain amount of seconds off in their heads, say 30 seconds, and the other tries to count along in their head and rings the bell when they think the other person has gotten there. Then you reveal how close you were. Closest team wins.
That seems pretty cool.
Want to practice with me? We could be a team.
Yeah, sure. I guess. Just give me the bell, and I'll guess first. So count off 30 seconds in your head, and I'll ring the bell when I think you're there. Ready? Go.
I wasn't there. I was only at 6 seconds.
Oh, whoa, it felt longer than that. The waiting game is hard. Okay, let's try again. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Set. Go.
No!
That had to be like 30 seconds.
10 seconds, Steve. I was at 10. Ugh. Let's try again. Steve, maybe count the seconds in your own head too?
That might work. You ready? Go. Was it 30?
That was much better.
This waiting game feels like forever.
Yeah, and this is just a game. Have you ever had to wait forever for something that you really wanted?
Oh, one time. I saved up for months to buy a new pair of sneakers. And then, when I finally had enough money, they were out of stock. So I had to wait some more. Absolute torture.
Brutal. Waiting can be the worst. In the book of Genesis, Abraham and Sarah had to wait a ridiculously long time for something they wanted much more than sneakers.
Like what?
A child.
I mean, I guess that might be a little more important than sneakers. Whoa, wait. Didn't God promise Abraham and Sarah would have so many descendants that they wouldn't be able to count them?
That's right.
Then what were they worried about?
Well, there was one tiny problem. Actually, not so tiny. They were super old.
How old are we talking about? Like rocking chair knitting scarves kind of old?
I don't think they did those things, but yeah, that old, bro. Older even. The idea of them having kids at that point?
Wild.
Exactly. But then Genesis 21:2 says, Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time God had promised him.
Wait, you think they got a senior's discount on the diapers?
Anyway, they were thrilled. They named their son Isaac, and he was everything to them. And this is where things get intense.
This is where things get intense? Old people having babies is already pretty intense.
Just wait. One day, God told Abraham to take Isaac on a journey.
Nothing too intense about that.
Usually on these journeys, Abraham would make a sacrifice to God. That's when you offered something like an animal of yours or, just something to God out of gratitude.
Offer? So you mean ah!
Right. Except this time, they didn't bring an animal for a sacrifice. Just Isaac.
Red flag. Nope, not going if I'm Isaac. I'll be like, sorry, I'm hanging back, Pops. I'll see you later. Deuces.
Actually, yes.
Was Isaac hey, Dad, where's the sacrifice?
Actually, yes. And Abraham just said, God will provide.
Which is the most vague dad answer ever.
Fast forward to the top of the mountain, and suddenly it's clear. Isaac was supposed to be the sacrifice. How's that for intense?
I mean, I'm out. I mean, what is going on? They wait all this time for a child, and now this? Why? Why? Just why? Somebody tell me why.
Imagine what Isaac was feeling. But Abraham still trusted God, even though this made absolutely no sense. And right when it seemed like it was all over,
Can't listen to this.
wait, Steve, right at the last moment, an angel of the Lord spoke and stopped Abraham.
Whoa!
Genesis 22:13 says, Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns.
What are the odds? A ram just happened to be chilling right there at the exact moment. No way. God totally set that up.
No question. So Abraham and Isaac sacrificed the ram instead. And Abraham named the place "The Lord Will Provide" because, well, God provided.
Wow. Talk about waiting. And then waiting again until the very last moment for God to provide. But you know what's my favorite part?
What?
Abraham didn't know how things would work out, but he still trusted God anyway. And that's tough to do. And in the end, God had control over everything.
And that's what we need to remember from this story. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't make sense, and we can't possibly see how God is in control. But in those times, just like Abraham learned, we can trust God to provide.
So first, God promised them that they'd have more descendants than the stars. Then they got super old without any children, like rocking chair, knitting, scarf kind of old.
Again, don't think they did those things, but
Then they finally have a child and they think they're supposed to give him up? That's a wild story. If I'm Abraham, I'm ringing the bell on God before I even head up that mountain and ask for another way now.
that had to be really difficult. But I think Abraham must have trusted God so much that he didn't need to ask for an alternative.
That's deep. You gotta explain.
Well, I mean, I ask God for a lot of things, like daily.
Hourly, minutely.
Right. And usually when God provides, it helps me to trust more.
Right.
But what if we trusted God even before we asked? I think that might have been what was happening with Sarah and Abraham.
Ooh. So that would explain how they could wait so patiently on God's provision. They trusted before asking. I like that.
I think trusting first would give us a much better perspective on God's provision.
Right. We wouldn't be focusing just on our own needs, but also on the needs of those around us and the world's needs.
Those things can be especially hard to wait for because we might never know what we think God's provision should look like.
But if we trust first, then the wait isn't as hard because we know God is in control and we can trust God to provide. I was counting in my head that whole time, and I think we just reached the end of the episode. Was I right?
You nailed it, Steve. It's been fun playing the Silent Timer Challenge with you.
And talking through a very wild Bible story about God's provision with you.
It's always good to learn and grow together. Bye.